Greetings and welcome to Best Laid Plans. Today we're going to do some planning for the 4th week in February. We're finishing up all of the pink and hearts for February. I'm really going to miss the pink and the light grays, and I've been adding a little burgundy in. But let me give you a quick sneak peek of March. Aren't those gorgeous? All right, but let's finish up with February today. I've got my tweezers here, got my Pilot G2 pens, 0.7s. This is a seam gauge out of my Sewing Notions shop. I have added it to my Best Laid Plans shop as well. All I've done for my planner is to pop this little red marker out. You gotta be careful so it doesn't bend. There we are. And then I just use this to measure stickers and cut washi and things like that. And we are using a wide horizontal kit LTH2. And then we have a strip of mini washi. I don't use washi a lot, but I found it's nice to have. I actually have some plans for it today. So let's get started by whiting some things out. I'm going to start with the header. I've got my trackers down. I actually have those down for the next few weeks. I printed out quite a lot of them. My tracker that goes here, I accidentally printed them too small. And I also did the same thing for March. So I'm going to have to white out that little line for March as well. I'll have to mark that down in my planner so I don't forget next time. It's hitting a sticker right here, but I don't need it all whited out, just a little bit. And then my numbers and lines here. And again, I've learned I need to lay my header down first so we're not staring at these funky whiteouts the entire time. Let's start with this one. Now I make these a bit larger because I like as much room to write as possible. And my checklist is the one that I've printed slightly small horizontally. That looks nice with the gray. Have the tracker down and just need my weekly rewards. Move that up a little bit. Now this is where I like to lay down some decoration. I forgot the last plan with me. I will try not to do that again. Since I already had the headers down, just kind of slipped my mind. Alright, this is the Come Follow Me curriculum for this week. He has taught them as one having authority. Let's put a light pink, let's use one of these hot pink weight icons right there to track my weight at the end of the week. And I think that'll do for the header. Let's start laying down these wide boxes. If you don't want to cover up the days, then they should look just fine. Again, not quite straight, so almost the Best Laid Plans. I don't think I meant to have it refer to the way I lay stickers out. They're made to fit on the boxes and not quite overlapping them. I do this because I find that that is just a little bit too much space to write on the lines, and I need more unlined planning space for my day. If you want to keep the date headers the way they are, then you just take these boxes and place them right underneath the day like that. Since I'll be covering them up, I'm going to put them up here. Now I cover up my days with what I use as a time tracker. So I work in 1 hour blocks. I'll work for 50 minutes and take a 5-minute break. And so every time I work in a block, depending on what category it was in, I will fill in one of these little hearts this week under business, family, or personal. But they're made so you can use them as checklists as well. Before I cover up the date, let's make sure I get that down before I put the wrong number down. It's the 25th, and this is my personal month 7. So that makes it a personal day 5, which is blue. Now, if you're into numerology, that is how I arrived at these numbers, but it actually has more of a practical application for me, because this way I have a different color of pen that I use for every day, and it makes it a little easier for me to track when I am completing things or when I am putting things off. Okay, let's put those headers down. Let's start with the gray in the business. Let's go with the light pink for family and the dark pink for personal. 2 things I do not want to forget. I want to put my lines in here. This is also handy for writing the lines because you've got that little cutout in the middle. I know that helps to have the straight edge here. I know that it needs to be about there. That's worse now. Okay, so it doesn't need to be right about there. It needs to be farther up. You know, last week I had those down and they were so beautiful. Just like that one. Now I've got a jacked up one there. That's okay. And another thing I want to do before I forget, usually I will put 3 of the date dots up here and write down my 3 focuses for the week. And I totally forgot to do this last week before I stopped filming. But I don't have more than 1 focus right now for the next 8 weeks because I am busy launching the Best Laid Plans business. So I do want to mark down the Q1 week 9 and add in launch mode. But I thought that was kind of cute how I lined these up and put the BLP down there. So this is how it looks normally, and then I will write 3 focuses for the week. But focus week is, and now I'm not a really pretty, as you can see, I do not do lettering, but that is okay for me. Actually, it almost looks like lunch mode. That'll have to do. Oh my goodness, launch mode. This probably won't show up on the camera, but it will say BLP. And let's go ahead and add one of my Best Laid Plans logo up there, just because I can. In fact, let's add one here because this basically is a task list for my planning night on Sunday. Now let's add the date covers. I have redesigned these kits so they do not have the days of the week on the 2-page kit itself. They are a little extra add-on printed on clear paper. So that way if the kit has designs on the boxes, you'll be able to see through the lettering. And that also means that I had more room to put a lot more stickers on the 2-page kits, including some functional icons, some plain washi, and 1 or 2 decorative stickers. I think I'm just going to make that little weekend banner here again. That was a lot of fun. Makes me feel slightly creative. And I usually use flags for my appointments. I may have to find some different flags to use for those this week, because I just used them all for the banner. Cover those up there. Aw, isn't that cute? Now I wonder, what if I do, I thought maybe that would look a little bit like it was the pole holding the flags. Oh well. Okay, what's next? I have my repeating tasks that happen every week, and I mark those down. I go ahead and print those on stickers so I'm not writing them constantly, plus it's more fun to lay down stickers. And although these are hearts, I'm glad to be back to check marks for a little bit. Oh, should we use hearts? We'll go ahead and use matching hearts. And I've made these so you can put them over here as well, or over here, or anywhere you like. That way you don't have a pre-made box that you're locked into. Because these are white backgrounds, so I'm not going to be covering anything up by using the heart checklist this time. I'm going to have to cut this. Let me see if I can successfully use a slicing tool without going through everything else. Okay, feels like I went right through the paper. Don't know. Whoops. And I probably did. I print on more of a vinyl paper, so I can't just tear it. But now I'm so excited that this is my first checklist page that I printed on the clear paper, and I want to see if I'm going to have to darken the lettering at all. No, actually it looks like it's showing up fairly well. I think I want to use the tweezers for this so I don't get fingerprints underneath the clear stickers. Now, except for my meetings, these things are not locked into a particular day. These are simply guidelines on when I'd like them to be completed, when I would like to work on them, zone lists, if you will. But for the most part, I like to get most of them done during the week, regardless of the order they're done. Okay, I am really pleased how those turned out. Now, I can custom make these if you want. They are in my shop. Okay, it's time to lay down some stickers for events that are happening. And I happen to have some more flags that match this kit. How about that? So Monday, my mother has a doctor's appointment. We had a family emergency, so we could not go to the temple last Thursday, so it has been scheduled for this Thursday. I've got these stickers from Leafy Treetops. Do I put it on top of the flag? Actually, that will look pretty good right on top of the flag this time. Friday, if the kids are keeping up with their schoolwork and chores, I'm going to take them to an indoor playground. And we have a church dinner on Saturday. Sunday, of course, as it already says, is family night, and I still have these little stickers from Deliberate Doodles. I think I'll just go ahead and put it down here. Taking the kids out, I'm going to go ahead and use this cute little banner. Now for the potluck dinner, I've got a little crock pot I can use, but I'm actually making cupcakes, and I don't have any dessert icons on my menu planning sheet. So I'll have to make some dessert icons soon. Okay, Monday we have a HelloFresh delivery, and I make an Instapot meal for dinner. Tuesday we have a HelloFresh meal, as well as Wednesday and Friday. Tuesday there are 2 Elder Scrolls events. And Thursday we are planning on some sushi. That is definitely something that gets put in my weekly planner. Yum, yum. Now I have something I need to do daily in my game, and I have missed it twice this week. So I remade these a little smaller so I can just check that off. Been especially busy with work, so I haven't been playing except for on Tuesdays, but I still need to remember to log in. Use one of my logos for the cooking lesson and one of my logos for the sewing lesson, although it may not happen this week either. My shopping happens on Wednesday. Got a couple of these grocery bags from my planner, from my sampler. Let's go ahead and mark my mother's appointment with one of these little Leafy Treetops stickers. Down farther, I'm gonna have to write that in first. And one more Best Laid Plans logo for planning on Sunday. And the 26th is one of my lucky days, so let's put that on the 26th. I like to mark those with the little Erin Condren asterisk. I think I'm ready to write some things in. Let's head this business. This is a stream from 1 to 2, and these are my game trials. This column is where I list my actions that I'm going to take toward my goals this week, plus any other miscellaneous to-dos. And this takes a little bit of a different twist over the next 8 weeks. because I am in launch mode, as you can see from my focus. So I am making that a little special section to keep track of my daily participation, if you will. I have 7 categories of items that I will be working on for this launch, and there were so many things that I actually had to use a separate vertical spread to map everything out. This is so I can track that I've participated in as many things as possible during the day. I think that matches fairly well with the colors for the week. Under other business tasks, again, I may not get to very many this week because I'm so focused on the launch. Still trying to convince Amazon that I'm in compliance with VAT. Now the circle means that I'm waiting on somebody else's response for that. I have a website item I need to work on, and a few miscellaneous things, and a big one is taxes. And since I have a big space here, I'm going to have to take a few days out of my lunch and just work on taxes. Let me get my habit tracker filled in. We have the categories family and personal. This dinner's at 6 p.m. And let's put down make cupcakes on the list of to-dos. This Sunday at church will be Sunday school. Under the garden plan over here, I know I need to plant my peppers. Many of these family things are again the same from last week. I am not too bothered by it because I know in advance that I'm going to be fairly busy and not have a lot of time to spend on extra things, and my family is a-okay with that while I get things moving. Personal, if I do have time, I would still like to work on the housekeeping stickers so I can place my loop schedule into my planner. I think I'm done with the pen, so I just need to put a few more little decorations here. I just loved these Erin Condren sticker books with the pretty foiled things. Let's see if we can put this down and make it make sense. Let's cut off the top of the heart there. That's okay. I have one of my little icon hearts here, and there's one Erin Condren heart left. This one is perfect for this week. This is Make It Happen. Okay, I think that completes the spread for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. And coming up in my next video, I will be working on setting up for March. I'll see you then. And I just kept on going with my numbers right through the 31st in February. Now we're ready for the week.